Hey guys, welcome back to another tarot reading. So I've got the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this may have to do with relationships and love. Or we got Magician in reverse. Communications. Yes. Definitely teamwork. We got our Three of Pentacles, our King of Pentacles. Oh yeah, that one wanted to come out as well. And we have our Ten of Swords. Anything else? Alright, okay, it's good. Clarification. Alright, we got a little bit to work with here. Alright, so our Magician in reverse, we're starting to explore what we want, but we're not quite taking any action. We've gathered all of the necessary equipment, and this is a number one, so we're starting off now in the beginning of our new journey. In the last reading, there was a lot of echoing of the Fool, the Zero card, the end of the cycle, and now we are stepping into the very beginning of the next cycle. And echoing sort of the last reading, there's a bit of uncertainty as to what our desired outcome is, and so maybe we're not really sure what kind of action to take to make it happen, right? Maybe we need to figure out where the why, where our why is, what it is. And this is sort of just like a go back and make a plan, right? Get your cups and your pentacles and your swords and your wands and everything on the table, and get all of your ducks in a row, because the next card is a card of collaboration, the Three of Pentacles. So we've got help coming in. So, but first we must be clear upon like what we're doing, and then the help will come to us while we are in the energy of working and being an artist. The stonemason is working on the cathedral, and some people come, maybe they have a plan, they're checking on him, making sure that he's following the plan, but we have to make sure that we have an established plan, and that we're not just running in with just action and no thought. We're being asked to really get clear on what it is, and sometimes it can be something in the way. So that could, the Magician in reverse can signify greed, manipulation, trickery. Maybe you're out of touch with the purpose, and we're not aligned with it, so we're not getting the help. So you have to redirect for the help to come in, and make sure that we're aligning with our higher selves, and that we're sure to take advantage of these opportunities when they arrive, because they're going to be, like tiny little breadcrumbs that we need to follow to get to the goal. And so we're being asked to take time to reflect that, and know that we're being supported, though, while we take that time. This isn't a punishment. It's just we have again a King of Pentacles. The next card, Pentacles. This is some slow movement. We're being asked to really dig deep and slow down, and also to accept this help when it comes in, from a power standpoint, being in our power, knowing that since we have a plan and we have the support in place, that we can live within that abundance, and that abundance will draw more abundance to us. Our next card, the Ten of Swords in reverse, it's an ending to, and like a recovery time. So again, echoing the slow movement of our pentacles, and the 10 is a card of completion in its reverse. It could be like we're resistant to that change, or to that end. We've been fighting against it, but what we resist somehow persists, even though it's not something we intentionally want. We're still feeding it with our intentions and our attention, and so it persists. We have to face what it is that we are being asked to face. I feel like this is just an extension of my last reading, that there are signs that are coming that we're resisting, and the more we resist, the more it drags on and on and on, and we already know the conclusion of that cycle. We've been, you've rode in that wheel for a long time, going round and round, and you know it's not going anywhere else. It's time to step off of that, and then into our number one. The first step is a realization of what our next steps need to be. The first step is that realization that we are not on the path that we are intended, or that suddenly we have a new opportunities, new doors, new pathways are opening up to us, and it's time to let the old finish its cycle. In our Six of Cups in reverse, our Six of Cups in reverse follows our Ten of Swords in reverse. And like, sometimes it's good to go into the past and to reminisce, right? This is in the reverse, it's more like you've been taking on too much, and it's time to be a kid again, and it's okay to have those memories, those happy memories, if that's the driving force. But if we're stuck on nostalgia and it's limiting us, then we need to recognize that. So for some of us, it's a card of sort of releasing that that attachment to our past that is keeping us stuck, keeping us in the old cycle, as we're being asked to step into our power as the magician, because we have everything that we need moving forward, to transmute, and we're supported along the way. And really, we just need to release that which isn't serving us any longer. We're being asked to continue that process. And I mean, it's always something. It's always another, we cleanse one thing, and then, God darn it, there's something else. But it certainly feels so good to get lighter and lighter and to feel more and more alive, to feel more and more myself, and to be more and more ourselves in releasing that which the old things that we used to hide, or the insecurities that used to drive our actions, because of past fears, because of even past relationships. Knowing that will improve as well. I don't know. I digress. It's asking us to stay in the present moment. Like we may have gotten lost, like lost touch with our inner child. Things might be boring or stale, or seem to be like you're running around in circles, the same race, round and round. So that is what our Six of Cups in reverse is saying to us. Yeah, have some fun, make fun, stay in our joy. Let's pull one for the Muse. Six of Emotions. Alright, so yeah, in the very center of our Six of Emotions card, our subject seems to be naked, holding like a big tire, and then everything within the center of the tire, like there's just a void. You can see right through, as if it's a portal into her, and she is vulnerable. In that center, in the void, there's within that space is her inner child, and it is at play. And I mean, I couldn't think of a more perfect card to follow up and to conclude our reading with. Our subject, she seems to be sort of reminiscing, maybe. There is a third subject, a woman just sitting in the water, looks very poised and lovely with her reflection in the water, or the wet sand below. It just seems to be a card of reminiscence to me. There are a lot of waves. There's waves within the sky, in the skyline. The waves connect with some sort of dots to the tire in sort of a triangular pattern. The girl in the center seems to have one of our ringed planets that she's playing with, and she's sitting on top of some luggage with sort of like a pilot's helmet, an old leather pilot helmet and goggles, just at play. Very, looks like she might even have like a little toy plane next to her, like an Amelia Earhart. And her arms are out, like she's she is a pilot, only in her imagination she's flying into space, and that space is inside of her, that space that she allows her inner child to be free, and it is well lit, and the child is happy and taken care of. And that's where I think we need to be reminded to care for ourselves. This is a card of self-care and of reflection to our childhood and our inner selves. Let's just read the book now. Six of emotions. Keywords: nostalgia, past memories showing up, old friends, old loves, a time to reach out to those you were once close to, a beautiful reminder of how far you've come, connected with your inner child and your future self. Sepia colored recall. Splash, jump, jiggle, toot. And all the world's a game. Remember her, the little girl testing out mommy's shoes, or him, the little boy jumping into the puddle to capture frogs? Can you feel them? Sometimes they need to be cuddled and reminded that the world is a big, beautiful puzzle. This muse holds a mirror of time in front of you and asks you to remember you're present with clarity and love. She reminds you that lifelong friends and family and old flames and joys can be called upon, assessed, and experienced, if only in memories. She reminds you that inside this mirror, your filters of perception change your reality, and that every time you access your memories, you color them a wee bit. In this way, you've been changing your past since the day you were born. So why not choose to remember in a way that heals your heart? I remember you in the sweetest of fragments, organic, evolving, eyes open, heart lit. We lived and lived as if we were the living, breathing manifestation of consciousness. That's really lovely. Yeah. So we're doing the work, and I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of us for doing the deep work, and for loving our inner child and doing what the adults around us couldn't do for that child at that time. But we can do that, that inner work, if we can reframe enough and heal enough that we can finally be free from some of those deep attachments that were placed on us. And we're finally sort of giving the tools, and we're sort of beginning to give ourselves permission then to not only express and allow this hidden trauma to reveal itself, but to transmute it, to change it from this dark shit into something that we can look at from another perspective, a more detached perspective, where we have released from the cycle, and now we're looking at it from the outside. And that is very powerful in itself. That is a huge step. Step one is the biggest step. And after that, we know that it's as if God is our other, or spirit is our other half, our other leg. We take one step, knowing spirit will take the next step, and then we will take the next step, and spirit will take the next step. And that in that we can escape the cycles that we have been stuck to, that we've been chained to, and it really gives us our power back. There's a lot of power in just knowing that you have your power back. So I love you. You're doing so well. You're doing amazing, and we're gonna take it one step at a time, and reach out for help, and know that help is there, and keep working, keep putting that one foot forward, and keep releasing and questioning, Once we can become the observer, then we can separate the subject from the object and give ourselves that space that we need, that space for our inner child to be safe and cared for, that space within ourselves, that mirror that then can reflect. And with that, I think I will leave it here. It's a bit of a weird energy. We'll clear it out with our sun bowl. I wish you all the very, very best on the rest of your day. And namaste. God bless. Peace to the world.